if you're a Gemini born May 21st to June 20th, what can you expect for the month of September 2016? Let's tune in and find out. So Geminis, I really feel like, a lot of you are opening up to new beginnings, are opening up to new points of view, new perspectives that can come through any rough time. Geminis have had it rough for a while. You've had a lot of losses, a lot of ups and downs. Some of you have had physical ailments. Some of you have lost, loved ones. There's just been a lot of changing energy. And now I sort of feel like it feels like you got off the ship and you're finally on dry land. So that's the good news. It feels really positive and really powerful. So September, I want to say, is just it feels like it's going to keep opening up to more opportunities. Now, for those of you that haven't completely quit bad habits, things that you know that are bad for you, they're going to keep coming back around. And it might be a little more, before it was like being knocked over with a feather. Now a hammer might come. All right. So I'm just saying, we've got some eclipses here. September 1st, a solar eclipse in Virgo, and then September 16th, a lunar eclipse in Pisces. And it just may be that, if you don't change these bad habits or let go of what's not good for you, which could be a relationship, it could be a certain type of food, it could be an addiction, gambling, sex, alcohol, pills, anything like that, work, right? Anything where I'm doing too much of this. Even, with diets that are too restrictive, they can be too much for you, right? So even those things that we think are good for us can be too much. So you're being asked to bring things back into a balance for yourself. And Geminis, you have the twin energy happening. So really, for you, it's about finding the even keel, the middle ground. And then the people that will support you in maintaining that. And sometimes we bring people in our lives that suck us dry, that use us. Maybe we feel sorry for them, or we try and help them, and we help them to the point where we cause them to suffer because we've given way too much. And when you start to give somebody way too much, they turn on you, and they can lash out at you. So some of you have created kind of like your own little Frankenstein monster because of your own little fear of being alone. You've been feeding somebody else, whether it's through money, whether it's through, you're giving them food and shelter, whether you're taking care of them, whether you're emotionally their crutch. There are a lot of different ways that we can take care of other people. And it's really interesting. I'm seeing this with a lot of Geminis, and your need to help them can become too much, and they can actually turn on you. And so just I don't want that to happen for you guys. I really want you to be able to recognize these things on your own and start to pull back and start to bring more of a balance into life and empower them as opposed to feeding them, right? It's that old saying, teach somebody to fish instead of giving them the fish. So there's some lessons here for you this month if you haven't gotten that lesson yet. So just be aware of your relationships and what you're doing and how you're feeding into them that may cause this sort of explosive energy. Because at the end of the day, those people that you're feeding too much, it starts to make them feel inadequate. It starts to make them feel small. It starts to make them feel guilty. And all those are negative emotions that can cause them to spiral downward into depression, into self-loathing, into self-hatred. And you're part of it, because it's almost as if you're saying to them, you poor thing, you can't do it yourself. I'm so sorry. Here, take more. I'm so sorry, take this. As opposed to using words of inspiration and declaring, you can do it. It's okay. You can get through it one day at a time, right? So just notice how you're responding to people in your life, and especially those that are really clinging to you. And you want to lift them up. There's always a time when we need to be spoon-fed, all of us, right? Like you're in bed, you're on your back, life happens, right? And we need our friends to pick us up. But there comes a point when it becomes too much and it goes the other end, goes the other way. And that's what I want you to be aware of, Geminis, this month, okay? Now, let's move on to relationships and for romantic relationships, for those of you in a coupled romantic relationship. So it really feels like the love's going to grow. It feels just really idyllic and great and sweet and happy and, you know, better than you had expected. And like almost like an aphrodisiac, really, really, really wonderful. So the relationships that you're in can really grow and really move into something really powerful. Now, for those of you that are single and looking at getting in a relationship, they're showing me like a little bee, like you can go and you're pollinating different flowers, you're having different experiences, and just notice which one gives you a rash and which one, you know, nurtures you back and which one sucks you dry, right? So there's just like pay attention to the way in which people respond to you. Paying attention how much energy you have to give to a situation or how much you're receiving from that situation, right? Because what we're striving for balance this month with you, Geminis. We want to find a balance. You want to find a give and a take. You don't always want to be half the one that give, and you're not receiving anything in return, except maybe suspicion or anger or how dare you, right? So you want to, and some of you may deserve that. Some of you may need to realize that, you know, you're crossing boundaries or you're doing things inappropriately. And this is how you learn, right? But you also want to pay attention and notice. If you don't, ask somebody impartial. You know, ask somebody who has, you know, who is on the outside looking in, who knows both of you, and who doesn't care whether or not you continue to be together or not, right? And those are some ways to really give you some good insights. But it does feel like if you want to have a one relationship, it does feel by the end, but around that 15th, 16th, around that lunar eclipse, you may find, you know, the rubber band snapping where it doesn't put back together, right? Where you've been going back and forth, and it feels like it just might break apart and be done. And by the end of September, you may be free of that person that's been clinging or that hasn't been able to let go on their own. Now, let's look at career and money for Geminis. Well, no problem here. Lots of money, lots of sustenance, lots of opportunity. Pretty much wherever you want to go, it feels like there's a lot of different directions. And, you know, there's also a lot of pressure for you to get it right, for you to stay on top of things. And I don't necessarily think that that's a bad thing. I feel like it's a part of strengthening your own commitment and being able to follow through and keeping your head screwed on straight. And I do feel like you can get some new ideas and really be successful. So it feels like you're growing and building towards some good success. So this feels really solid, really ripe, and really powerful for you. So I like this month for you guys. And money-wise, it feels like there's a lot of money coming in for you. Like whatever you were making, it feels like more is coming in. So it just feels like there may be more coming in, and whether that's an inheritance, whether it's a bonus, whether it's just, you know, you've started a new job and you're finally reaping the benefits. It feels like there's a lot of solid, good money for you this month. Okay, let's look at your health, Geminis. Some of you may have some throat stuff going on. I feel like I was saying, I feel like the worst has been over for you. I do feel like there could be some lung stuff, just a weakness, you know, that as you're getting over the, you know, kind of like this last year that your bodies have taken kind of a beating. I feel like you're finally getting a little stronger, feeling a little more comfortable in your own skin, and feeling a little more confident. Trusting of your physical body to hold you up, to keep your balance. Just feels better. It feels better all the way around. So whatever you're doing that's making you feel better, keep doing it. Now, for those of you that may be having a little bit of, you know, sinus trouble, a little headache trouble, you know, some of that feels like it could even be environmental is going on. It feels like, you know, just taking extra care of yourself, juicing, doing the things that you know that your body responds to, having extra water, taking the time for yourself. You know, we have Mercury is retrograde August 30th, so it just happened, to September 22nd. So generally when that happens, things slow down. It gives us a little more time to recoup, to recover, to be able to process things, to be able to catch up. And I feel like this is a great time for you to be able to do those things, and also go take care of yourself. Go see an acupuncturist, go see a chiropractor, go get a massage. Things are going to help you feel better, be more relaxed, and be more in tune, okay, with your body and with nature. And nature is always good at healing and renewing you. So I also feel like some of you may have some visitors, some surprise visitors this month, as well as just an opportunity to connect with family. So it feels like it's a really warm month. Some of you may have close friends coming to visit. So it just feels like it's a solid month in being able to feel love, feel connected with people that you care about. And I do have some kind of like random weird pains going around in my back and my shoulders. So if you guys have like fibromyalgia or something like that happening, you really want to be nurtured and take care of yourself, and really look at letting go of the things that, you know, maybe you have blocked emotion around, things that you haven't processed or talked about, because there is an energy this month of healing, an opportunity to be healed at the heart level. So don't be surprised if some things do come up. Let them come up, heal them in a way that needs to be healed. You know, if you need a therapist, get a therapist. I also do healing work. You can, you know, have a session with me. It's just bring it up and release it once and for all, so you can be free of any like the physical pains or abnormalities, because sometimes it's just all emotional. It's blocked in the body. All right, Geminis, I feel like you're going to have an amazing month. You're really striking it rich. There's a great balance. There's an opportunity here for you to let go of maybe giving too much to one individual that is creating an imbalance in your relationship. Just be aware of that. I'm sure you will know who that is. Whoever pops in your mind is generally the correct answer. And just pull back on that a little bit, empower them in a different way. And I think you're going to really find yourself opening up and feeling freer and even better than you had expected. So have a great month. If you like my intuitive astrology, please click like, share it with your friends, and I look forward to connecting with you again next month.